Hello everyone, this is Dee. So I was gonna just do one video until I took a look at a few videos by some other YouTubers. And a question which has been nagging in my mind for a while, it resurfaced. And I felt the need to go ahead and speak on it and get it out. I seriously and sincerely wonder why the YouTuber known as Olivia The Oracle Speaks is so determined to defend Tasha K against Lovelyti2002. Now, as always, I have to say, I am and will not apologize for my rants. No apologies will be offered because my entire purpose for my rant is to speak my piece and expose what I see and how I see it. So, I recommend if you feel the need to come and defend a grown person, be prepared for what I have to say in return because I won't be bullied and I will not back down. Now, I just want to say, Olivia, I like some of what you say, but some of what you say is biased as all get out. And you sound like a person who is chasing after Tasha K. I'm going to just be honest. I don't have a love for Tasha K or Lovely T. Now, Lovelyti2002. In my mind's eye, I believe both of them perpetrated a huge fraud. And I believe that many of the smaller YouTubers, and when I say smaller, I mean smaller in numbers. I believe many of the smaller YouTubers benefited from them and therefore they feel some sense of loyalty. So I believe some people wouldn't speak the truth if the truth slapped them in the face. And I'm just going to go ahead and say that. And I don't care if anybody gets mad. It's okay. Your navel is well. You can take it. Now, I enjoy some of what you say. But I see you targeting Lovelyti2002 as if she's done something to you personally. And that, my friend, is wrong. Even if that woman goes online and says ugly things about you, guess what? It's the internet. It's YouTube. People are going to say ugly things about people. It's not that big of a deal. And you make it seem like you're not offended or affected by it, but I've seen you go off. I've seen you go off on Brittany Chanel and Sweet Ma for Life. And I didn't really just get into that because some of the things that Brittany Chanel says, I was I was agreeing with you 100% because I told her she need to go sit her young ass in the corner and put her nose in the corner because I agree with you. Some of these younger YouTubers are very disrespectful. They act like they don't have no home training and they'll open their mouth in a hot second talking about God and don't know the first thing about God because you should know you don't disrespect your elders. I had a whole conversation on Brittany Chanel's live talking about elders, and she wanted to go back and forth with me talking about you weren't her elder because you a witch and all this other stuff. The Bible tells you to respect your elders, period. Now, if you've done something that is wrong, she's supposed to take that to God and let God deal with it. And I'm talking about Jehovah God. I'm talking about Yahweh. I'm not talking about none of this other demonic stuff that these people out here worshiping. I'm talking about the real, true, and living God. I am that I am. That's what I'm talking about. That's who she's supposed to take her problems to. She's not supposed to address you. She's not supposed to talk to you any kind of way because you are a woman that's old enough to be her mother, maybe grandma. I don't know. But what I do know is that even though that young lady is wrong, this is the internet. It's YouTube. We are in the time when people are going to, it says we're going to be in a time when men, when sons will rise up against their fathers and daughters will rise up against their mothers. We are literally in that time because some kids don't even respect their own parents. So if they don't respect their own parents, they ain't going to respect you. Now, I was with you 100% when you checked her because she needed to be checked. I gave Sweet Mom for Life a message and I said, sweetheart, you hanging with the wrong crowd. Now I don't know if Sweet Mom for Life is just like them and she got the same attitude or whatever. I don't feel that. I don't even know this young lady. But it's just something in my spirit to tell me she is a single mother struggling. Her life might be good, and I can imagine that she, with some of the issues that she deal with, that her life is not just as hunky dunky as anybody might want to say it is. I know better because I've raised a child who's disabled, so I understand struggle. I understand struggle because I went through a lot. But I just don't feel like Sweet Mom for Life is a bad person. I feel like she may be clicking with the wrong people, thinking that they're her friends, and she's gonna find out, like Amon Wiggins found out supposedly with TashaK, that she clicking with the wrong people. Because you clicking with a young lady who ain't got no kids, y'all don't have nothing alike, and she sat up on her platform talking about women making bad choices in the bedroom. So she was throwing slugs at people like you, Sweet Mom for Life. You just didn't really catch that, you know. That type of person, she needs her little tail spanked because she is very disrespectful and rude. But one of the things that I have to say about Lovelyti2002. Now, I have made a couple of videos on her. I have checked her about some of her behavior. But when I walk away, it's not personal. Anything that I say or I check someone on, it's because I see them doing something that kind of rub my sensibilities the wrong way. And I'm not a very emotional person anyway. I don't really give a rat's patootie about what other people do. You can ask all 5 of my kids and they'll tell you I'm one of the least emotional women you're going to come in contact with. I am very logical. I believe in people doing stuff according to the rules. I have always lived according to the rules and the book. I've had my little tipped out there in the world where I ran around and did crazy things, but it only lasted for a few years because if it didn't make sense to me, I stopped doing it. That's just how I've always been. I spent the majority of my life growing up in the church, and I tried to follow the rules to the best of my ability, especially when I was a child and I had a grandma that would tear my butt up, and we was in church all the time. When I got out, I did what most church kids do. I showed out. I did what I wanted to do. I had fun, but the word was still in me. It was still firmly rooted in me. And now as a grown woman with grandkids and children, grown kids with kids that's just now having kids and they grown. You know, I didn't just raise mine to do any and everything. I got grown kids that's just now deciding to have children. I've lived a life that was an example for my children. I can see BS, and when I see BS, I will call it. And that's the reason why my channel is about Black conspiracy. It is completely and totally about how we as Black people lie to one another and lie on one another, and how I like to call that out, because if you're doing something wrong, somebody need to pull your coattail. And I just want to say, I do not care for TashaK, and any person who is just all up in her behind and sniffing her farts. If you are that close to her and everything she do, you just, oh, I thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't get all of the views. So you basically condoning her foolishness because you're thanking her openly in front of everybody for her foolishness. But when it comes to Lovelyti, you want to try to rain down hell fire on her. You wrong, my friend. I like you. I like your channel. I like a lot of the stuff that you say, but you wrong because you can't pick and choose. They both guilty. Both of them. And I've called that out too. You sit up there and you try to say you're the only person that's called it out, but that is not true, because there have been other commentators who have called them out just like you did. You're not the sole and only one. It's just not true. It's just not true. Shortly after all of this mess came out, a couple of days after all of this mess came out, I know I called them out. I said, I don't believe none of this. I said, both of them look as guilty as can be. When Lovely T came and put all that stuff out showing that she was proving that Star Marie was wrong and that she was lying and that none of that stuff was true, I knew something was up. And then when Daytime Tea Time came and called herself backing up TashaK, I knew something was wrong. Because Daytime Tea Time ain't never backed up TashaK, so why she backing her up now? Y'all, come on, quit playing games. God, I get so sick and tired of grown women who ain't got nothing better to do than to lie and keep a lie going, playing games. And then here you are, Miss Olivia. Here you are. Now, you are older than me, but we are close in age. Here you are running down a younger woman on the internet, calling her all kind of demons and stuff. Don't nobody have the right to point the finger at anybody else. Even Jesus Christ said, he who was without sin cast the first stone. So unless you are perfect and you don't do nothing wrong, you don't have no right to call that woman. And you can say that the things that she's doing is wrong, and she may have a demon and there's demonic forces in her life, but you keep calling her a demon, and the way you saying it like you mad at her, like you big mad at her. Come on now. I mean, you can't do that if you're going to be unbiased and you're going to try to present yourself. And yes, that's something my son like to say. I got to go and put that out there before he pull my big toe. You can't say that you're an unbiased person and you like to discern messages, and you like to bring the truth, and then be just hot kind of mad when you calling somebody a demon. You wrong, sister. You wrong, and I'm pulling your coattail because you need your coattail pull right now. To me, like I said, it sounds like you chasing after TashaK, honey. The way you going in on Lovelyti2002, it sounds like you are chasing after TashaK. I have no love for either one of these young ladies. As far as I'm concerned, both of them was wrong. Both of them are going to get exactly what their just rewards, because you reap what you sow. Remember the mustard seed, you reap what you sow. So both of them going to get what they sow, but don't nobody need you, older lady, out here checking for folks like that. That's not even necessary. You supposed to be a pillar. You're supposed to be the salt. You ain't supposed to be the sand. You supposed to be the salt. You ain't supposed to be the sand. So, like I said, I enjoy some of what you say, but I see you targeting Lovelyti2002, and as if she's done something personally wrong to you. And if she ain't done nothing wrong to you and your husband and your family, then you wrong, sister. And I'm just saying sister because I see you as a sister. I consider you as a sister. Sister, you're wrong. And I'm bringing it to you. Just like the church say, whenever you see a problem, you're supposed to bring it to the person. Well, I'm bringing it to you. You always pay homage to TashaK. And so does Jay Wilson. Everybody tell me, "Ooh, thank you for the views. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing XYZ, blah, 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 blah." And some people don't say that because they was already at that limit where they were making money. But TashaK's shenanigans and her foolery and shuckery and jivery actually brought people many, many views. Now, I wanna bring out a word. I want to bring out the word ambiguity. 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 Ambiguity is the quality of being open to more than one interpretation. Inexactness. I don't think you're very ambiguous when it comes to Lovelyti2002. I think you're very biased against her. It almost sounds like you have a beef with her or an axe to grind. And I'm not even going to say beef because I think all of these beefs on YouTube are I think it's a bunch of BS. I'm just going to go and say that. I see you calling out young women. In some ways, you are telling the truth, but in some ways, you're wrong. Because you keep using Bible scripture, you keep pointing at them, but you're not looking at yourself. You keep pointing at them and saying that they're supposed to respect your age and your wisdom, but some of the things you're saying are not from a place of godliness and wisdom. Some of the things you're saying are from a place of your own personal views and opinion. Now, when you take your personal views and you put them up against the word, if your views don't match up with the word, you wrong. Period. Point blank, exclamation point. And that's just it. Final. End of discussion. How can you call out someone for gossiping and foolishness when that is exactly what you do on your commentary and in many of your videos? You gossip. You talking about other people's foolishness. You sit back. You even said you wait for it to all be over, and then you talk about it. You expound on what everybody else done talked about. So how are you going to point the finger at somebody when you already gossiping in the first place. And the Bible says you're not supposed to do what? Gossip. So how you going to bring the word to defend you when you going against the word about what you're doing in the first place? That doesn't make any sense now. Come on. And then let's go on and just dig deep into it. Even the law, if you, if you breaking the law and then you try to take somebody to court because, say for instance, a person try to sell you some weed, they steal your money and you don't get your weed. You can't go to court and sue that person for the money you lost because they didn't give you your weed. You was in the commission of a crime. Therefore, you gets no remuneration. Therefore, you gets no money back. You get nothing. That judge gonna laugh at you and send you out of that courtroom because you were in the process of committing a crime. So if you're in the process of doing wrong in the first place because you gossiping, how you gonna get mad if somebody gossip back at you or say something that you don't like on their gossip channel? Come on now, grow up. Y'all need to grow up and quit acting so sensitive. How you gonna be on the internet talking smack about people and be sensitive at the same time? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. I always say, I don't care what nobody say about me. You can say what you want to say about me. You could call me a pissy ass fool if you want to. Guess what? I don't care. Because guess what? You might call me something, but you better watch this mouth because what come out of my mouth next might make you mad. That's the thing. It's the internet. Everybody on here talking foolishness. Everybody on here talking foolishness. So why get mad if somebody's talking foolishness and you talking foolishness too? I mean, come on now. I'm just saying, I'm one of them type of people. I believe in telling it like it is, like the old folks, like like a friend of mine say. I believe in telling it like it is, like them old folks say. Because the reality is this: you can't throw a rock and hit somebody, and then get mad if somebody throw a rock and hit you. That don't make no sense. Now, come on, do right. Oh, Jesus, help me. Help us, Lord. Help YouTube, Lord. Help YouTube commentators. They need you, Jesus. They need you right now. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness, Lord. As I stated, I said, I see you calling out young women. And in some ways, you are telling the truth, but in some ways, you are not. And if you're not telling 100% truth, and if you are not 100% accurate with the things you're saying, and let's just face it, they're gossiping, you gossiping, I'm gossiping, we all gossiping. So if you in the commission of doing wrong, don't bring God in there because he's not in there. He ain't nowhere near all this gossip. He ain't got nothing to do with it. He ain't got nothing to do with it. You can't expect God to defend you and you already wrong because you gossiping. He done already told you not to gossip. Oh my God. The Bible tells us older people to be sober-minded. We're supposed to be sober-minded. How you going to expect a young person to be sober-minded if you're not sober-minded yourself? Come on now. You have to lead by example. Just because somebody says something to about you, who gives a rat's ass? I wish somebody would say something about me. I don't care. As long as you don't put your hands on me. Come over here to Texas with that mess, trying to put your hands on me. They are going to wheel you off. Simply because in Texas, this is a castle defense state. If you come to my house and I perceive you to be a threat, I have the right to shoot you in the state of Texas. If you come to my house and I perceive you to be a threat to my life, I have the right to shoot you. So these people walking around here, Billy Bad Butt, starting stuff and doing all this old foolishness, you can talk all you want to talk. You can say what you want to say. Just don't come to my house. Because I can laugh at what you're saying if you're talking. But you come here with that mess, we're going to have some problems. And you're not going to walk away like you think you're going to walk away. That's all I got to say. I'm not one of those type of people who worry about what people say. Because a word ain't going to hurt me. If somebody called me fat, that ain't gonna hurt me. How you gonna make me mad or upset me about something that's true? Yes, I'm overweight. I'm not no skinny minnie. So If a person says something about me that's true, how could I get mad because you said something about me that's true? If I get mad, then I need to do something about that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we can't be coming on this internet being all sensitive and mad at people because they say what they want to say. They have the right to say what they want to say, just like you have the right to say what you want to say. I can't understand how you always checking for TashaK when she's a verified liar. She even verified that she lied. She said it out of her own mouth. When you check for her as hard as you do, that invalidates you. That makes you look like you are not telling the truth. It makes it look like you are biased, and it makes it look like you have favor with somebody, so therefore you trying to stay in favor with that person, so you coming after people, and that looks bad on you. It looks really, really bad on you. Olivia, please stop targeting people with the name of TashaK, in the name of TashaK. The fact that you align yourself with her makes you lose all kinds of credibility. We are close to the same age, so please don't try to pull the age card on me, please. I grew up in the church. I have a great understanding of the word. I learned every day something new. The word of Jehovah God. We are not going to argue the facts, but the Bible says that we are supposed to go to our brothers and sisters when they are wrong. Whether you take what I say or not, it's out there, and God himself can and will hold you accountable for doing what's right. Now, I'm just bringing it to you. What you do with it is your business. Just because I like your commentary and content doesn't mean I agree with everything you say. If you are wrong, I will say something about it. Nobody is perfect, so take the criticism for what it is and do better. Please don't come at me sideways. As long as we can communicate like knowledgeable grown folks, all is well. If you come at me sideways, I will not allow it to slide because I don't take any kind of foolishness. Please don't get mad when I come back at you. Please just examine yourself and do better. That was it. That's my rant. I just seen some things and I just needed to speak on it because it's been in my spirit a little bit. And I thought about it some time ago. I was like, wait a minute, why she running in behind TashaK like this? What is your love with the garbage queen? That thing, woo. The garbage can queen. Anyway, just a little bit of housekeeping. Please do not come to this page thinking you are going to be disrespectful or behave in a ridiculous manner. I don't do foolishness on any level. Period, point blank, exclamation point, and always with a smiley face. Please do not come to this page thinking you are going to harass or bash anyone. If I see anything like that, you will politely be escorted out. I expect grown-ups to behave like adults, not like kids. If you don't like the content, thanks for stopping by, but you are not forced to stay. So leave if you feel you need to do so. This is Black Conspiracy TV, BADTV. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed and safe weekend, what's left of it, and a beautiful weekday. Some beautiful weekdays. Black people, as always, please keep your eyes open and your ears sharp. Goodbye.